When I think of Chinese culture, the first thing that comes to mind is martial arts and the different styles of fighting. However, there's a lot more to Chinese culture than just that. In this speech, I will show you Chinese culture is a very diverse and unique culture. After extensive research, I have chosen 3 areas of interest to share. First, I will be discussing the different types of foods. Second, I will be discussing the different types of clothing. And last, I will be discussing the traditional celebrations in Chinese culture. First, I want to share some interesting facts with you. According to websitepost.com, Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter are currently blocked on the internet in China. Facebook has been blocked in China possibly longer than any other website. July of 2008 was when the censoring started. And while users can still log onto Facebook using virtual private networks and other tools, Facebook is a no-go. Most people agree that the reason for the blocks were the riots in Zhang. However, no further details have been released. Ask yourself, how different do you think your life would be without these social media formats? Also, according to randomwire.com, in China, wearing a green hat is an expression the Chinese use when a woman cheats on her husband. So if you receive a green hat, the news is probably not good. Receiving shoes or a watch also signifies that your relationship is coming to an end. Now that I have shared some interesting facts, I will now discuss the different types of foods in Chinese culture. According to ChinaHighlights.com, China cuisine is seen as one of the richest and most diverse culinary culture heritages in the world. For starters, Eastern Chinese food typically features a sweet and subtle flavor, using sugars, wines, vinegars, and soy sauces. Also, Southern minority food is sour and typically characterized by lots of preserved foods. Particularly picked vegetables and tofu, which gives it its sour flavor. The many southern minorities are generally poor mountain farmers who preserve anything they can eat immediately to preserve wastage. Fresh produce is generally not available in these areas. Northern Chinese food is typically rich, bold, and salty. Northern China experiences harsh, cold, and dry winters, as well as hot summers, which makes calories and salt replacement more important. The most popular seasonings used are soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, leeks, chili peppers, and sesame oil. These are southern minority foods. On the left picture, I have gazoo sourfish, and on the right, I have smoked pork. And I got both of these pictures off of ChinaHighlights.com. Now let's take a look into clothing inside the culture of China. As a vital part of Chinese civilization, traditional clothing plays an important role in the country's history and culture. Their basic features are cross-collar, wrapping the lapel over the left, tying with sash in a form of blouse, plus skirts or a long gown. These features have been preserved for thousands of years to the time of the Republic of China when Mao suit and Qing Shang prevailed. In ancient society, one's social rank could be given away by the way they dressed. Among the upper class, only the emperor was assigned the color yellow, as you can see in this picture. The emperor is wearing yellow. The dragon emblem on clothing was also an exclusive affirmation of power. However, nowadays most Chinese people wear modern day clothes in their everyday lives. Traditional attires are only worn during festivals, ceremonies, or religious occasions in these days. Now that we know about the culture of Chinese clothing, let's talk about traditional celebrations. In Chinese culture, 5,000 years has seen the creation of many festivals. Of course, over time, the lifestyle of Chinese people has changed, but the importance of festivals hasn't faded. The Dragon Boat Festival. The Dragon Boat Festival is one of the most important traditional festivals in China. There are many folk activities during the festival, like dragon boat racing, Calamus, and Artemisia. Mid-autumn Day is celebrated at the 15th day of the 8th lunar month in China. On this day, the moon is entirely bright and perfectly round. The festival represents the unity and leisure of the people, as well as the harvest of nature. According to TopChinaTravel.com, the top four most well-known tradition festivals are the Dragon Boat Festival, the Spring Festival, the Mid-Autumn Festival, and Tomb Sweeping Day. Tomb Sweeping Day is set on either the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th day of April on the Gregorian calendar. It is the day of worshiping ancestors and sweeping tombs. Last but not least, the Spring Festival, equal to Christmas in the U.S. The Spring Festival is the most important holiday in China. Two features distinguish it from other festivals. One is greeting the new year and the other is family reunion. And pictured here, the man is participating in Tomb Sweep Day by worshiping a deceased ancestor. Now that I have finished discussing this topic and I have discussed all of my main points, let's move on to the conclusion. I feel that Chinese culture is definitely one of the most historic cultures. I have explained how it is very diverse through the foods, clothing, and traditional celebrations. Finally, the history of China is indeed a history of countless rise and fall, but the culture has always been able to make people of all ages and beliefs come together.